Hey, what's up guys, I'm Styler, and in this video I'm going to review the Ulefone Gemini Pro in black. Before we start, be sure to check out the info and links where to buy it in the video description, and subscribe to my channel for more videos. This model is in some points very similar to the UMIDIGI Z Pro, as it is based on the same OEM, and in other areas very different, so let's check it out. The Ulefone Gemini Pro is available in black or red. Just like with the first Ulefone Gemini, this phone comes with a dual camera setup. But everything has now been upgraded, so that's why Ulefone added the Pro to the name. It is powered by the MediaTek Helio X27 chipset clocked at 2.6 GHz. It packs 4GB RAM and 64GB storage with support for a micro SD card. It comes with Android 7.1.1 and some new features. The phone ships with a Type-C cable and Pump Express fast charger, which is able to charge the phone 30% in about 30 minutes. Included is also a micro USB to Type-C converter, ring stand, an English manual, tempered glass protector, and last a small SIM tray pin. The 3680 mAh non-removable battery is average, and with moderate usage 1 to 1.5 days is possible, depending on what you're doing with the phone. However, I did see some battery drain overnight, but that could also have something to do with the automatic push sync that I have enabled by default in my email account. The screen measures 5.5 inches. The display panel is very sharp and vibrant with good viewing angles. It comes out of the box with a pre-installed plastic screen protector. The 2.5D glass is, according to Ulefone, Corning Gorilla Glass 3, and it indeed seems to be resistant to scratches in some degree. However, on the lower area of the screen there is a little bit of light bleeding coming out, which is a shame. But in daily use you don't notice it, and you do in fact only see it when the screen is completely black. The screen supports 5 touch points, and the screen seems to have a high resolution, which is noticeable when you scroll and zoom, which is very smooth with no stutter. The phone feels very sturdy, and the rounded metal back feels very nice and smooth. There are absolutely no sharp edges. The thickness of 8.4mm is acceptable, and the weight of 180 grams makes it feel like good quality in the hand. On the front we also find a multicolored notification LED that can be set up in the settings, and a pretty bright front LED flash. The matte metal back attracts fingerprints very easy. The USB Type-C port supports OTG, USB on the go, and is in a standard size, so it's compatible with all kinds of Type-C charging cables. The metal side buttons are solid and responsive. We find 2 for the volume and 1 for the power, so totally it's divided into 3 buttons. In the top we have the 3.5mm headphone jack, which provides an average volume and standard sound quality. The hybrid SIM tray is flush with the metal frame, and the phone has support for dual 4G LTE, which means that you can get 4G on both SIM cards at the same time if you're using dual SIM. Because it's a hybrid SIM tray, you have to choose between using 2 SIM cards or 1 SIM and 1 microSD card. 3 cards, meaning 2 SIMs plus 1 microSD card, will not all fit in the tray at the same time. The 360-degree front fingerprint scanner can unlock the phone straight from standby and supports up to 5 learned fingerprints. It is solid and fixed and in the same style as on the OnePlus 3. With 1 short touch it can be used as a back, and with 1 long touch as a home button. The accuracy is pretty good, and I didn't have any major problems using it. Works most of the time, but the speed could definitely be better, as it sometimes seems a little bit slow to wake and unlock at the same time. Out of the box the phone runs with an almost vanilla Android 7.1.1 that also brings the new app shortcut functionality, and I think this is the first budget phone from China I have seen with this, so that's really nice. 3D games run really nice and smooth on this phone, thanks to the MediaTek Helio X27 and Mali T880 GPU clocked at 875 MHz, which is able to offer 60 frames per second in some games. It's not fully as nice as on my OnePlus 3T, but very close to it. The SoC gets a little bit hot after gaming. I measured about 40 Celsius degree on the front, while the rear was a bit lower, so yeah, it gets hot, but it's in my opinion still acceptable. The dual rear camera is using two Sony IMX258 sensors with aperture 2.0, one main 13 megapixel sensor which is supported by another 13 megapixel monochrome sensor. It is also equipped with a quad LED flash. It offers features like bokeh effect, refocusing, 3D photo, live photo, pro mode and super night mode. With the bokeh mode you can take pictures but also now record videos with up to 4K, which I haven't seen before on a MediaTek powered phone. On the front there is a front LED flash together with a front camera on 8 megapixel, which is interpolated to 13 megapixel. And in daylight it is able to make some very good pictures for social media. So besides that, it's also possible to add some different filters and effects to the pictures, like you see here. The bottom speaker provides sound at a bit above average for a budget China smartphone, thanks to a built-in TFA 9890 hi-fi chip. It is loud and clear with a lot of high tones, but as expected there is not much bass. For YouTube it is okay, but don't expect sound quality like in a HTC One. What surprised me about this model was how well the housing is isolating the sound when you cover the speaker with a finger. This proves the build quality and how well the housing is put together. The Antutu score is on the high side and very close to 99,000 thanks to the MediaTek Helio X27 chipset, which is clocked at 2.6 GHz. RAM speed was close to 5 GB per second. The 64 GB internal memory has improved, with reading speed on 167 MB per second and writing speed on 135 MB per second. Here we have the CPU set and you see some info about the hardware and chipset. The phone features the most important sensors like gyroscope and compass, which both works fast and perfect with no issues. The YouTube app also lets you play smooth videos in 1080p at 60 frames per second, so that's nice to see. The reception quality is good, network reception is great thanks to LTE Band 20 support, and mobile data works without any problems. Wi-Fi is also very fast and stable, and it supports dual band Wi-Fi with 2.4 GHz or 5 GHz. With the GPS I have mixed feelings. On one hand the accuracy seems okay and it shows down to 1 to 2 meters in GPS test, but it only logs into some few satellites even with the GLONASS support, and the signal reception doesn't seem to be the strongest. So this is the end of the review, and now to my final verdict. The Ulefone Gemini Pro is a solid piece of hardware with Android 7.1.1 and some new features added out of the box. Overall, the phone runs very fast and smooth, but I did experience some few random crashes on my device. Not sure if this is a unique case with my phone or if it is software related, but sure something that needs some attention if this should be a common problem. That said, the phone seems very powerful and has a lot of potential, especially with the very nice camera setup which produces some pretty good pictures and the new Bokeh 4K video mode. The speed of the UI also seems more optimized and polished than on the UMIDIGI set. So of these two, the Gemini Pro currently seems to have an edge. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next one.